Right. How much do you think your background and because you come from a certain generation, grew up through the 60s, of course that has had a great influence on your intellectual side. But how so do you think? And what are some of your, what are you inspired by intellectually? Where do you get your information? What kind of things do you like to read? I assume that you don't really like to read the daily newspapers too much.
As in never.
As in never. So
no daily newspapers, no mainstream media whatsoever.
Right. So as a person who is obviously informed and keeps an active mind, what are some of your sources, or what are some things that you do?
Let's see. It's kind of tricky. The thing about thinking and looking at things with thought is really similar to Aikido in that you go in and you keep going in, you keep entering and entering and entering and entering. And without judging or critiquing too much, certain things come up and you just go in deeper and deeper and deeper until you find a resolution. A resolution means that intuitively you've hit a place where you go, okay. Yeah, okay, that fits together now. I was just reading something yesterday. I told Lisa that I'm going to have to read this a few more times. I couldn't get a grip on it. It was something about labor theory. And, it's past my pay grade. So I was struggling with it. I'm going to have to go a few more rounds on that one.
Right.
But I want to go a few more rounds because it's interesting to me to try to figure this stuff out. I think one thing that everyone needs to do if they want to develop their intellect, they need to read, Buckminster Fuller or Yeats or Hegel, Marx. They need to read people that are hard to follow. But there are people that are hard to follow that aren't any good, don't get me wrong. But these guys, if you do get into their groove, man, they have so much to say. And not only that, the spirit of what they're saying enlivens you. Because almost the same information can be had by umpteen books on the critique Marx or critique Yeats's poetry or critique Coltrane, But if you actually go into it all the way, just the way they did it, or Buckminster Fuller, it's not just that it's magical, it trains you to go deep in the thought process. And that's required.
Right. Right.
That's like learning the basic moves of Aikido, just getting a feel for how the body works in space. That if this pushes here, that you can relax into that and you can roll over there. I mean, that's not Aikido, but that's understanding how the body works.
Right.
And if you're going to do Aikido as an art, you're going to need that.
Right.
That's a requirement of the art.
Right.
So, yeah, the intellectual